Hello, favorite people. It's your favorite girl, Biolami, and this is The Gist with Biolami. Welcome on board, guys. How are you guys doing? I know that by now, you guys will be wondering, like, what's wrong with Biolami's voice? I know my voice is not as, hi, favorite people. It's your favorite girl, Biolami, and this is The Gist with Biolami. Guys, I've been really stressed, like, really stressed. And I won't say physically stressed. Let's just call it mind-based stress. All right. So my mind have actually been occupied. So I think that's the reason why my voice is like this. Anyways, there's nothing in this world that's going to stop me from talking to my favorite person in the world. Nothing in this world. Even if my voice is sounding like that. Yeah, I'll still talk to you, all right? So let's get right into the conversation for today. How are you guys doing? For my last episode, I got reviews like, Biolami, are all these facts true? At this, If you listen carefully, you know that is my story. And I am sharing from my own side of the story. And I said, if you have anything you want to share, you can actually share it with me, and I would be really glad to listen. Some other people shared their own experiences with me. Some people were like, oh, Biola, thank you very much for doing this, letting us in on your own journey. And I'm super grateful for all of these reviews, all right? I am so grateful. Like I said these are factual truth, rawest truth. If you notice, if I actually do edit that audio, like I just leave it out there like that because I just wanted you guys to see it as it is. All right. So yeah, that is that about that. Let's get right into today's beautiful conversation. I know with the topic on here, you'll be like, yeah, this is a female-based topic. But, sit down. This topic is for both gender, the female, male, everybody, and even if you are subordinates. I don't know about that, but anyways, you get my point. All right. So this topic is for everybody. From the topic, you know that yes, it is for everybody. So today we are talking about pretty privileges, everything in between that topic by itself. So today, guys, we're talking about pretty privilege. And yes, calm down. That is what exactly we're going to talk about today. And like I said earlier, it is not a female-based topic. It's actually for both genders. So just listen, calm down. Don't drop those guards, okay? And let us just have a conversation. So yeah, pretty privileges are, if you do not know, let me just explain like briefly from my own side of the story. Pretty privileges are those advantages we get because we look a certain way. So literally, that is the meaning of pretty privilege. This attribute is just things we get because of we have a particular body shape, or we look a particular way, or like we are sharp, bench line, we are beautiful, or we are handsome, or we are looking like some ice cream that somebody is about to. So yeah, that's that about that. I would like to just say that looks are just blessings from God. Honestly, they are just blessings from God, and because of you look a certain way does not interpret that some things are going to be happening or some things will forever be like that. Looks usually expire. There is an expiring date to every form or every way you look. Like I and my sister was talking about one of a Nigerian celebrity, and she was like, oh, for a while now this guy have just been developing, and she's wondering, please, where are you growing to? Like this particular person I used to know like 2 years ago is actually but now she looks so chubby and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, looks would actually expire, looks would disappear. Honestly, you can actually look like this these days. I know the way I look before ASU strike, and I can actually tell you that I am a different person from ASU strike. All right, so like I said earlier, looks are blessings from God, and it's just the way people treat it that is actually making us see it a different way. Honestly, it is the way people used to see looks in this part of the world that make us feel like And I would like to tell you something. Looks are second class, while every other things that the Lord has given you are supposed to be first class. Let me explain. Because I know that by now your guards are already high, so calm down. Looks are already there. Like, it's a blessing. Like I said earlier, it's a blessing from God. So, you do anything, you don't do anything, it's there already. Alright? But you should actually water those other stuffs that is inside of you beyond your looks. Or looks are actually secondary, honestly. Primary things are those inner traits. A finiwa is actually, you do anything, you do not do anything. It's there, it's glaring. Alright, the word. The reason why I said all of these things is because in this part of the world, they make it look like looks are everything. Like, because you look like this, then you shouldn't have sense. They make it look like you are beautiful, so that's the only thing you have. Sometimes they even make it look like because you're beautiful, you should be senseless. Because have you met me, guy? Have you measured my emotional cogence? Have you even measured my intellectual cogence? Have you ever no, let's just talk. Have you actually measured these things and you've seen that yes, because of I'm a beautiful lady, then I'm supposed to have sense? I'm just wondering, how did we get here? And that's even by the way, honestly, that's by the way. And the major reason for this podcast is not for the people that are showing us the advantages, or not people that are showing us those concerns because of our looks. It's because of we that are beautiful, we that are pretty, we that are handsome. Just for ladies, it's for both gender. I've been shouting this thing. So uncle, sit down there, okay? Thank you. I'm actually very concerned about the entity itself, that person. And I will say that about the way you see you and be less concerned about the way others see you. Let me rephrase that. I feel like you should be less concerned about the way other people see you and be more concerned about the way you see you. I hope you understand. The way you see yourself, because guy, you are a museum of art. You are a vast ageless entity that should be studied. You are a O-course PhD holder. Honestly, but that is what you are. You are a vast ageless entity that should be studied. A museum of art. Fine girl like you. Fine girl in and out like you. I'm not talking about the people that used to give us those attributes. I'm talking about you, the pretty entity. I am majorly concerned about you. You. And by that, I would like to share you a brief story about my life. There is this part of my life that I really don't get to talk about, but I would like to share it with you right now. So normally, I'm a very beautiful girl. Aside from the voice that you are listening to, for those of you that only listen to my voice and don't follow me on Instagram, don't follow me on Twitter, don't follow me on all of my other social media platforms. What? You don't subscribe to my YouTube channel. You don't do all of these things. What then do you do? It's BIOLA on Instagram. So guys, follow me. Alright? BIOLA_MMY. Biola me. Alright? Just follow me. So as I was saying, aside from this beautiful voice that you're listening to, I am used to people looking at me a certain way. I am used to people seeing me a certain way. I'm used to people looking at me a certain way. So as I was evolving into this young, beautiful lady, entering into another phase of my life, doing things that matter, competing with myself to be that lady. I know that by now you're waiting, I want to drop another punchline. But yeah, the thing is that I gained admission and the story changed. I gained admission into the university and everything changed. Then I started to think that, wait, am I ugly? Down like that? Am I looking like something wrong? Am I still beautiful? Because these people really don't care about the way I look. These people just used to move on with their life. I'll pass a mere motor fine by my pass. Then I started to think maybe I'm becoming ugly. I started to think in this my new face, nobody really care about me. And it's not as if nobody care, but when they look at you once, They're not coming back to look at you the second time because everybody is busy. The world is going on. Honestly, the world is going on. Like everybody is moving on with their lives. Like I have 7 a.m. class, and you would think, may I will be looking at you like the second time. You're beautiful. Yes, I've seen it, boy. Bruh. It took me a while to realize that over here, people really do not care. It took me a while. It took me a hard time to look, because it was telling on my self-esteem. It was telling on the way I talk to people. It was telling, goodness, it was really telling on me. It took me a while to realize that in this part of the world, they are really not concerned about the way you look, but really concerned about what you bring to the table. What do you have aside your beauty? And not like as if I wasn't bringing anything to the table. No, get me right. I was. But I already carved my mind, myself, into that pretty baby that should be treated like this because of her pretty. Honestly, it took me a long time to realize that the problem wasn't them. The problem was me, because that was the mentality that I've been building my entity on. But really, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the way I look. I appreciate my face. I appreciate every other thing that the Lord has given unto me. But I was really particular about the way I look. I was really particular because, have you met me? Goodness God. I've seen beauty before, but this is a discovery. After taking that reflection, I realized that there is more to me than the way I look, than my beautiful body, than my pretty face. During this time, I started to study myself. I started to see that, Biola, there is more. I started to see me. I started to see my strength. I started to see the wisdom of the Lord inside of me. I started to see that, oh God, you're so smart. I started to say that, yes, you're intelligent. I started to see that, yes, there is more to me than my beauty. I started to see that, yes, I have this voice that can skyrocket anybody's feeling from numb to high, because I took that time to reflect. Dear favorite, my darling, my love, because you look a certain way, and this will even correct some ladies that if they want something, it's mentality, but they already carve this mentality inside of them that their body can get them everything. Or the guys that feel like because of their fine, because of their handsome, they can get. This episode correct that mentality. So if you have someone that actually feel like that, send the link to the episode to them now. I'm waiting for you. Thank you for doing that for me. So I started to see myself beyond my face. I started to understand myself even better. And yes, it is a part of my attributes. Being beautiful is part of my attributes, because even if they want to describe me, they'll say, Biola me, that beautiful girl that did this. Even before it gets to my voice, they would say that Biola me that looks like this. I know, yes, it's part of my attributes. But aside that beauty, there is more to my bank. And that reflection made me understand this. There is more. And I said all of these things just to make you understand that, yes, there are pretty privileges for both genders, the guys, the ladies, and everybody. But I want to tell you something. When you dwell so long on that fact that, yes, you're pretty, or that fact that, yes, you're beautiful, it will really overwhelm you. That sometimes you won't even understand what you're supposed to know. Are you ready? Like, are you really ready? Because I'm going to break some tables. I'm not going to shake it. I'm going to break it. But yes, there are pretty privileges for guys too. And yeah, this is the end of this episode. Thank you for listening to this point. You that you listen to this point, you are the real MVP. Lord, thank you so much for listening to this time. I said it before, or I'm going to say it again. I told you before, I'm going to tell you again. This season is a different season. This season is a new season. So are you guys ready? Are you just ready? No, tell me, are you ready? just let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you're ready for this time and if you enjoyed this episode. You can actually send me your comment via Spotify, via YouTube. Yes, because I'm definitely going to be posting this on YouTube. I'd like you to share with me your thought process and on YouTube. Yeah, you can share with me on Spotify because Spotify is actually our space for sharing our comments. You can follow me on all of my social media platforms. Like I said earlier, Instagram is BIOLA_MMY. Twitter is BIOLAMMY. Follow me on Twitter now. What's wrong with you? Follow me on Twitter. And yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right. Yeah. I think that's all. That's all I have to say, guys. And I'm so happy that I'm able to do this thing. And yes, this episode, I lost the recording 2 times. Like I recorded like this, and I lost it 2 times. I was really pained, but I'm so happy. I'm actually checking again if I'm recording this thing. I'm so happy that yes, I was able to record this episode for you again. And yes, that's that about that. As far as that is concerned, I'm so happy and excited that I actually recorded this episode. And yeah, that's it. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media platforms and share this episode to everybody that you think would need it. And what else? Don't forget to leave it in God's hands. Love. Regardless, God is right beside you to listen to your rants. He would always find a way. That I can tell you for a fact because I have experienced it. All right? Yeah. So this is Biolami signing out. I love you. Well, Jesus loves you most. So see you on my next episode. You guys are not ready for this month.